Okay, this is just a fast video. I'm just making this video for the purpose of an update. And hold on a second. I'm trying to get something out of my way here. Okay, now this is the hiking area that I just moved from yesterday. I haven't been able to completely move every single thing that I own from here, including the tent. Now, pay close attention to what I say if you're interested in hearing about what's happening to me. And I'm sorry, but in this video I'll probably have to talk fast so I can condense as many details as possible and to save video time on my memory card in the video camera. Now, I spent my first night last night at a new emergency temporary hiking area because of having to move out of here in such an expedient fashion. Now, I'm going to be what I'm explaining here is the reason why it's taken me so long to get the property out of here is because I'm being hit right now with a Social Security disability review. I'm not just being hit with that, but I also had to spend. It takes one full complete day for me to go to the post office just to see if I got anything in the mail from them. Okay, because I had to go all the way from La Jolla to Point Loma, all the different bus routes to get there and then back. Okay, that's one day. One day. Now, ever since I got the ticket to move out of here on August 27, 2014, since that date, I have been hit up with at least 4 major obstacles on top of the perpetrators coming down up in here. As I was dealing with these obstacles, coming down up in here and flattening my bike tires. Now, I made videos about it right after they happened. I believe at least 2 of them are already uploaded. Because they see the organized stalking, gang stalking, verbal harassment that I endured with here is the same exact identical verbal harassment that was caught all over UCSD campus. Okay? Now, that means that either one person, persons, or group, one collective mind is steering the entire campaign because the verbal harassment is identical. So, when UCSD police came up here to give me a ticket to move on August 27, 2014, right at that very spot, the court ticket, the date on the court ticket said October 22nd. I went down there on the 22nd for arraignment, and they rescheduled the court date till December 1st. So, in between August 27th, 28th, I guess you can say the day after, and up to this date, I have dealt with Social Security Disability Review update, which is still going on. Social Services Review, okay, which has just now been completed. Also, I'm dealing with the Federal Student Loan Servicing Center that is claiming they did not get my October 2014 payment. I had to chase that thing down, and I'm still waiting for a reply concerning it. That took 5 days, okay, of nonstop aggravation. It also hindered my ability to prepare the property on like the nights, like say on a day I had to go to the post office to deal with that. By the time I got home, I wasn't able to prepare stuff to move that night, so I could just grab it and move it the next day. So by the time I got that done, okay, and then bagging up all my shit to hide it here so it wouldn't be stolen while I was out doing that, what I decided, let me just put it to you this way. There has been some massive, massive obstacles, okay, that have literally completely hindered my ability to be able to move every single day back to back. Because for one thing, safety is first. Safety means that I always have to make sure that I at least have 2 power cells fully charged for my phone so I can make prediction tweets pertaining to what might happen today, how it might happen, where it might happen at, and so I can use the phone to start researching lawyers. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to be able to come back and get this tent. This tent will be the last thing I remove, okay? Or it might actually be the next thing. I'm not sure yet. I haven't made it up my mind. But there's about at least another 2.5 to 3 days of other property that needs to be moved from this area, and then the tent will be moved, or the tent will be moved first, and then the other stuff will come later. Let's see on any friggin' date if I come down here and everything is gone. Okay, let's see if when I'm down here collecting property, if anybody comes, including law enforcement, and gives me another ticket, arrests me, or both. Now, I'm going to make this statement really fast, and then I got to go, because I'm only here because I'm getting property. Okay, just bagged it up. Okay, now the point being, the morning of November 9th, 2014, I was actually going to use that morning to move property. I made, and I'm sorry, the next day I was going to use that day to move property, and that day I think I went to UCSD to power up my power cells. Now, No, I don't even remember what I did on that day, on November 9th. I might have went downtown to the law library and went to my post office. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I got it on tape, a tape recorder that's even recording right now. The point being is that when I was here on the morning of November 9th, I made a tweet on Twitter. I've already taken a snap screenshot of it, and I've already printed it. It was a prediction tweet stating, let's see if TTTTT, which is a code word that hides the accurate identification of the individual that the tweet applies to. So it said TTTTT, predicting arrests, assaults, robberies, rapes on this day, 11/9/2014, and this tweet applies for the next year. Within 22 hours, okay, San Diego Police and UCSD come here and arrest me. I spent 4 days in jail. The raccoons got inside my tent and drug all the food out and everything that was inside the tent out of it. When I finally got released from jail on on Thursday the 13th, I didn't get back to this area until 11:30 p.m. and I had to walk 2.5 miles to get here. Now, as the arrest was, when they approached this hiking area, I turned on a tape recorder, okay? And they were recorded all the way up until the very second that they put me in the van up there to take me away. Now, both tape recorders were recording the entire event. When I got out of jail, and the next day I went down to SDPD HDQ, which is their headquarters, San Diego Police Department, to get the property. Guess what was deleted off the tape recorders? The event. Now, and they're not giving me a copy of the ticket. They said I can't get it until Wednesday, and then they said that I can't get a copy of the police report concerning it until 60 days. So, why would they maybe do that? Well, let's just speculate. Speculation is the name of the game in reference to predicting what these little filthy red-ass animals will do next. See, in organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, you can easily go to YouTube. I'm sorry, you can easily go to Google. You can easily go to, and I'm feeding my bird. You can easily go to Google and type in gang stalking and police. Look at how many Google generated responses come up. Then look at the blogs and articles that come up pertaining to how police are all over the internet in reference to them managing, being involved in, and protecting gang stalking. It's organized crime in the system, baby cakes. Now, basically what they attempted to do, and what they did, was that they wanted more information to be on my record about illegal lodging before this December 1st court date. So the judge will look at it and say, well, I don't know, Leslie. I go, how can you say that both events were retaliation? Because I got evidence to prove that it is. What is the likelihood of individuals in this area saying gang stalking, oh my God, and then it, on several dates, on video and audio files, and then it being caught on several audio files and video files at UCSD, and it was a UCSD campus police officer that came here? On both occasions. On both occasions. Okay, so the point being is this, is that I was whistleblowing about them all over the internet, sending tweets to ACLU, sending evidence to the California Attorney General, sending evidence to news stations, and they knew it because cell phone hacking is a method of gang stalking, and so is cyber surveillance. Okay, Google that. So what they decided to do was, well, we know she's got to go to court on December 1st because they took a role in the actual ticket. So what we'll do is arrest her. Okay, that way by the time she goes to court for this, it'll be already on her record that she didn't even bother moving and we had to come in and arrest her concerning it. Bullshit. Because I told those police officers when they came here that this was put outside of my tent. Okay, and I even made videos, and they were already put online pertaining to this sign that says, do not remove this property. The person who owns it is moving the property from here every day. All property will be completely gone by 11/15/14. It initially said 11:15. I changed it now to 11:18. I even offered to show it to them when they were here. They didn't give a fuck. They were down here for a purpose. Okay? Then I got railroaded by the public defender's person they assigned to my case. He told me that if I didn't sign a plea agreement, that they would put me in jail until the that they would put me in jail. Like he said, if you ask for a trial, they'll put you in jail until the trial starts. Now, let me ask you a question. If cell phone hacking is a method of gang stalking, okay, I made tweets, I made comments and YouTube videos about me being currently reviewed for Social Security. Now, if I made tweets about it, and I made YouTube videos about it, and cyber surveillance and cell phone hacking and computer hacking is a method of gang stalking, could they have just said, well, okay, we know that she's going to have to be free in order to be physically attentive to dealing with the Social Security Disability Review. So what we'll do is we'll tell her that if she don't comply, she's going to go to jail. As a result, I'll be trapped and won't be able to do what I need to do in order to deal with all the paperwork and doctor appointments pertaining to the Social Security Disability Review. Now, so let me just put it to you this way. Cops are not the only ones that are involved in gang stalking. Go to Google and type in federal agencies and gang stalking. I'm not saying that I believe it. I'm not implying it. What I'm doing is giving you some information for you to research. Go to Google and type in the FBI and gang stalking. The very first hiking area that I hiked at when I came here to San Diego on August 8, 2011 was right behind Stonecrest Plaza Walmart, right next door to the FBI, where I was gang stalked on a feverish scale. That's right. Now, they since moved out of the building, okay, since I moved from there. I think they moved out sometime in 2000, it was probably either late 2012 or sometime in 2013. Now, if it's all over the internet, in fact, right now in that backpack, right there, I got a literal printout that Ted Gunderson wrote. He was the ex-head of, he used to be the head of the FBI in Los Angeles. They had him gang stalked because he became the whistleblower. Okay, so if you think about it, if you get to be in the higher echelons of the government and the FBI, that means that you've been with the FBI for a while. Okay, which means that he had to have had connections in the FBI to ask these connections for help in reference to what was happening to him. Why didn't he get no help? Do you really honestly think a grown man that used to be the head of the FBI did not have any connections left in the department after he retired? Bullshit. You don't retire from the FBI and be working for them for 20, 30 years and then leave because you retire and then not be able to depend on anybody that you used to work with, you know, for help in reference to him being gang stalked. He wrote a huge letter about it and posted it to the internet before he died. I got it printed out in my backpack right now. So, if a federal agency like FBI, which is all over the internet in reference to them being implicated in gang stalking, so what do we got here then? Well, the homelessness was created by a federal employee, a United States Postal Service employee who stole my rent right out of the mail, rent that was mailed, certified mail return receipt. Go to Google and type in postal workers and gang stalking. Mail theft and mail delayment and gang stalking. Neighbors and gang stalking. Okay? Neighbors over there. In fact, you can go to YouTube right now and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. You'll see a good cop on that one, on that news broadcast. It's a news broadcast about a targeted individual being covered on the news as a result of him being a gang stalking target. Neighbors are clearly mentioned in that news broadcast in reference to some of the responsible parties that are harassing him. Now, in organized stalking and gang stalking, basically what they do, just go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes criminal motivations of gang stalking. It's got to do with human trafficking, insurance fraud, racketeering of all forms. And why is the San Diego prosecutor right now, Jan Goldsmith, being sued by the Family Coalition of California for possibly being connected to racketeering rings in reference to the divorce court industry when it comes to child custody? Okay, racketeering's all over that blog and all over their website. Okay, I've been saying it all along that the courts are involved in racketeering, syndicated probate control of children, disabled adults, and anybody they try to claim as mentally ill, and claiming a person as being mentally ill is a method of gang stalking. So the point being, what is this about? It's about exploitation, money. Do you think they created the homelessness to just walk away? Absolutely not. These are filthy criminal whores. Why is Curtis Webb, a member of the San Diego District Attorney's Office, okay, why is he implicated in reference to him being involved in the illegal child protective services being used to take away the daughter or the child of a woman who's being gang stalked? And she was raped by a doctor that went to UC Davis. UC Davis is a university that's connected to UCSD. Now, he raped her, got her pregnant. She started demanding child support. She then got gang raped, okay? And then the doctor moved to Maryland. When she initiated child support payments from him, he connected with the individuals here and had her gang stalked. Human trafficking is all over the website she wrote, and so is Curtis Webb. So, ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Webb works in the fraud department in the District Attorney's Office for San Diego. That was the same exact that was the very office that I went to on October 7th, 2011 to complain that I'm a gang stalking target. And they asked me where I was experiencing it at the most, and I said on the 928 bus. I left their office, and then 2 days later I'm brutally assaulted on an MTS bus, and then MTS sends me an altered video. Go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus and meticulously research every single thing that is in the description of that YouTube video. Then go to Google and type in learning disabled woman exposes how MTS assault video is altered. Now, why did the filthy little bitch down in the San Diego DA's office, Bonnie Damascus, she was given a fax concerning that. She was sent a certified letter return, she was sent a letter certified mail return receipt. She was hand delivered a copy of it, and she was emailed. Why didn't that skanky hoe? I don't usually talk like this, but when it comes to these filthy rats downtown, they don't give a shit about Bonnie Damascus, Mirage Shahan, Brian 2, Leslie Williams, Bonnie in Oceanside, who's being gang stalked. She's all over YouTube. So we have all just these, and Victoria Rose. We have all these people in San Diego County, and ones that are being gang stalked and don't even know yet what's happening to them as gang stalking, which means they can't get on the internet to expose it. Okay. The point being is, why is that filthy bitch allowed to take our tax dollars to pay her salary so she can pay her mortgage, while she gives no help to any gang stalking target, while we end up on the street steps away from being human trafficked? Because she's a lying criminal whore. And I don't give a shit how this sounds to anybody. If this was happening to you, you better be darn sure. How mad would you be if you came home and you discovered your house or your garage broken into? And then you discovered that it was a neighborhood punk that did it, couldn't prove it, and the cops let him walk away. Then he walked up and down the street and smirk at you every time he saw you. What do you think that would do? That would bring you right into an immediate anger state, would it not? Well, this is what I mean. I'm literally suffering through this horrific criminality on a daily basis. A daily basis. I just left Rouse. Gang stalking, oh my God, was set on Rouse. 5 UCSD students got off the 201 bus and were saying it as they were walking behind me. Gang stalk, oh my God. I even asked them, I go, are you guys UCSD students? They go, yeah. So the point, and I predicted it on my way to the bus stop, that it would be set around me. This is their way to intentionally let me know I'm being gang stalked by literally getting around me and repeating the name of the crime that's happening to me in specific, peculiar ways, because they got to know where I'm at and who I am to do it every day. Okay, so you can go to YouTube right now and type in learning disabled woman exposes flat out evidence of gang stalking. Learning disabled woman catches wide open gang stalking. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD Price Center. Okay. Learning disabled woman exposes identical harassment. Okay. So these are all separate YouTube video titles. Now, you're learning disabled woman gang stalked in Yucca Valley. That's 160 miles away from La Jolla, where I live. When I went out there for 1 week, it was gang stalked in the same exact identical way that I'm gang stalked here. So, if I am arrested